Oh, she did. She said register to vote. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on issues at hand and stance that these candidates take.
Childless cat lady. It's over.
I said if the goal for tonight was to simply demonstrate for the Harris campaign was to simply demonstrate competency and remind people how narcissistic and incompetent Trump is. She put up LeBron numbers, but the goal tonight was to also get voters enthusiastic about voting for Harris. On that front, progressive policies would help. I said 8.5 out of 10. That's my assessment of Kamala Harris. As far as Trump's performance, it's like -10 out of 10.
It wasn't as bad as Biden, but it was like in the same area code. It was like in that ballpark.
It was like, yeah, I mean, Biden is like historic. That's like once in a lifetime failure, right? I mean, he had to drop out. That's how bad it was. But I cannot, like, he ate every bait. He was extremely online. He was disheveled. He literally leaned into like all of the worst instincts, like all of the worst things that people point to him about. And he even leaned into like all the issues that he should be avoiding, like that cost him the midterms, even like cost the Republican Party the midterms, like loser shit.
The healthcare stuff I was gonna say before we cut to the Walls and Vance stuff. Like it's always kind of frustrated me because like during the and the moderators did a better point of bringing this up than like honestly Kamala did. During the Trump era, during his presidency, he reached his lowest points in like approval over his tax bills and over Obamacare. Those were really, really unpopular. Obamacare is like broadly like a consensus kind of bill.
Yeah.
Like Obama himself is very popular. I mean, I get like kind of the like saying, oh, we're going to expand and protect the Affordable Care Act, but like it's like the exact opposite of how they push on immigration, where like they're totally defensive and reactive about it. You could make healthcare into a big issue this election. That would be really helpful for you. Like you could like push like it. You could like talk about how Trump has concepts of a plan or whatever, and how like you want to do a public option. You could force this and make like the issue better on your terms. Don't make it just the thing that's about like the immigration and the economy. Make this like be assertive. Like change it like to be about what you want it to be about. But like they just have a fundamentally reactive and like reactionary like perspective towards it that doesn't like work. Like it's just like very passive.
Yeah, I genuinely cannot comprehend how he like failed. Didn't even talk about didn't even talk about the economy. Like he rarely talked about the economy. The whole point of Trump was to be moderate, right? Like was to seemingly look normal, more normal than you've ever seen him before. That's what his like advisors keep telling him. And they're like, don't attack Kamala Harris on race and stuff. Like just be a little bit more normal. You know what I mean? Be a little bit more normal. Maybe you can pick up voters on the sidelines. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are angry about the economy. Like you're beating Biden on the economy. You're beating Kamala Harris on the economy. And it's crazy that like he just could not take a deep breath and just be a goddamn adult. And he just he insisted on eating every bait possible. Incredible.
Yeah, it's the worst time for him because the momentum was kind of shifting in his favor. You had the discussion and the polling moving towards more being about how Kamala doesn't have a plan, how like she doesn't have like any real clear policies, how she didn't inspire confidence at the DNC. And there were some inklings of him getting towards that point where he, like, I mean, JD Vance tried to do where she just said that she only has platitudes, which I think is a real problem for her. And she did that a little bit like during the debate where she really didn't have too many like specific points, but he totally made it about himself.
Apparently Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris on Instagram.
Oh my God.
It's Jover. It's Jover. Is Joe.
She's stealing the news cycle from him.
Is it Jover? Oh, is it happening? Finally? No, she didn't. You guys are such liars, dude. What the?
She did. She did. It's on her Instagram.
Oh, she did. She said register to vote. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on issues at hand and stance that these candidates take.
Childless cat lady. It's over.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's the picture of her with a cat.
Oh my God.
He's gonna beat Don Jr. with a shoe.
Bro,
over
all
this.
it took was for her to hug a Trump supporter and then have like the entire Swifties on Twitter rip her ass and be like, you only cared about politics when your career was failing. She was like, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I love politics. It's my favorite thing to do.
I like that she kind of implies here that she was like undecided until she watched the debate.
Yeah. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to the site. Oh, recently you were made aware. Sure. Okay. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the danger of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is the truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she's a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we're led by calm and not chaos. Damn, she's even doing the PR moves. Like she did watch that debate, or at least
the alliteration.
Her PR people watched that debate. Let me tell you, okay?
Yeah, they said we're backing. This is like the best indicator for like Kamala like so far, because they are not going to back her ass until like unless she's like a clear shot to win. Like she was not endorsing Biden until Biden was leading by like 10 in the polls.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the Waffle House index, you know what I mean? for predicting elections. Like people will look at like Polymarket or whatever, or like betting odds, but like this is the real careful and considered calculated decision maker here, okay?
Yeah. She has so like a Bloomberg journal about
she likes Tim Walz. She doubled down on Tim Walz. I was so hard and impressed by her selection of running mate at Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Oh my God. And the choice is yours.
The policy page. She had to drop the policy page.
That's what it was. She's a real policy head. She's a real policy head. She was like, yo, honestly, once I read the policy page, it was over. You know, this was it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Taylor Swift, childless cat lady. JD Vance. Oh, I can talk about JD Vance.
Don Jr. for the first time in his life, a lifetime of his own abuse that he unheeded himself. He should have listened to himself. He's going to beat Don Jr. with a shoe.
Dude, honestly, Donald Trump's biggest mistake was ever listening to Don Jr. That's when I knew this shit is cooked, okay? Perma-fried.
Yeah.
Like,
the
Don Jr., you don't even like him. Why would you ever listen to his opinion on who that sweaty head loser thinks is like cool?
If he had Doug, he'd still be contending in Minnesota. If he had Doug, he would be up in like North Carolina now for sure.
Dude, I'm a Bergamaniac. Okay, I'm a Bergamaniac. I've been saying it. I was gonna vote. There were 2 VP picks that would have changed my decision. If Burgum was the VP, I would have voted for Donald Trump. And if Jesse Ventura was RFK Jr.'s vice president, I would have voted for RFK Jr. They both fucked up. They could have gotten my vote.
Jesse Ventura Green candidate like rumors in 2020.
Yeah,
I wanted that so badly.
Yeah, but he gets libbed up. Like he
endorsed a duopoly. He endorsed the Democrats.
He really did. Yeah, he really did. He was like, I'm really excited for a woman to vote for a woman in the White House. I was like, damn, Jesse, what?
It wasn't even like, oh, I'm like, oh, these guys are like the lesser of two evils. He went like full like DNC, like talking points. He was talking like a line on.
Yeah, a lot of our old heads have fallen.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders being like, yeah, I don't really agree with Dick Cheney a lot, but even he hates Donald Trump, and that's good. I was like, come on, bro, what the are you talking about?
Yeah, that Bernie, one guy who doesn't fuck around about being 82 years old.
I was like, Bernie, they're not gonna do card checks. Shut the fuck up. You don't have to destroy. They are not going to make you a junior partner in the coalition.
Yeah.
Okay, you're 800 years old. Why are you doing
never
this?
Past fucking public option, man. It's not happening. His late stage career, he's like trying to work his way up to like better Senate committees. Like he's a like decrepit Dixie brat from 1950. He's trying to do the Richard Russell strat.
Yeah, he's a real team player.
Yeah,
surely.
If he stays in Congress until he's 90 years old, they'll let him like chair the Appropriations Committee, like Robert Byrd.
No. They're gonna let him take Vermont. They're gonna let him take the old people in Vermont back to Canada so they can like purchase pharmaceuticals there.
Yeah.
They're gonna please anything. It feels bad. It feels bad watching him like that. But
yeah,
You were joking about voting for Trump, right? Oh my God, chatters. Yes. Shut the fuck up. Oh my Lord.
No, we would have actually voted for Trump if we picked North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. That's completely sincere. That was going to be the heel turn.
I forget that there's like 160,000 people in here. So like they have no fucking, some of these people are just like tuning in for once and they're like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
I'm a single issue voter about him picking Glenn Youngkin. This is like completely like what I believe.
Yes. I'm undoing every opinion that I've ever had. Because Doug Burgum is on the ticket.
The guy who looked like Brezhnev.
Yeah. But hotter.
Yeah.
His eyebrows are powerful.
Yeah. Trump's odds on betting markets have started tanking. He's down to 46 cents unpredicted. He's lost to degenerates.
Yeah. The copium tomorrow is going to be so delectable. I can already sense it from here. First of all, everyone's going to complain about the moderators fact checking.